Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Yes, I'm honored to this opportunity to speak to you. And today I'd like to give you an overview of the women's employment policy which envision gender equality society. First, I'd like to look at the relationship between the employment rate and other factors. As you can see here in this diagram, female employment rate and GDP per capita are very closely related. The inner orange triangle shows that the status of Korea, it is well behind the average figures of other developed countries. In addition, the potential economic loss from women's career interruption was calculated to be 4.9% in 2013. Naturally, increased women's economic participation will help solve social issues stemming from the low birth rate and gain economic growth. Okay, the International Committee also agrees the empowerment of women is necessary for sustainable economic growth. This means more economic participation of women will contribute to achieving gender equality and gaining economic benefits. According to the OECD report, if the female labor force can grow to be the same as the male labor force by 2030, it will bring 10% increase in total labor force population. The 2013 IMF report also points out that more female participation will bring increase in GDP in many countries. The Park Geun-hye administration has targeted to achieve 70% of the national employment rate by 2017. This roadmap includes goal to utilize female human resources. In order to meet this national target, women's employment rate should be raised up to about 62% by 2017, creating over 1.6 million jobs. So, to increase women's labor force participation, we focus on 4 R's: recruit and retention and restart. Next one is representation. The black diamonds is the OECD average and the red one is Korea in 2014. Obviously, women's entry to the labor market, the recruit stage is relatively fair in Korea. But the huge number of them leave the market due to the childbirth, and re-entry to the market is extremely difficult. As a result, the number of women in decision-making position is very small. From the time they quit the first job, the vicious circle starts. Our goal is to make the graph to grow bigger as the purple dotted diamond. Okay, let's look at the recruit stage first. This area caused the illusion that Korean women are better positioned. In their 20s, the labor force participation rate of women is higher than that of men. However, the right-hand graph shows that in their 30s, the labor force participation rate of women is well below that of men. Furthermore, the gender wage gap gets bigger too. Women get paid only 64% of men's salary. Secondly, let's look at the retention. Why are women unable to remain their jobs? Here is a popular diagram. So, when you look for your mom is the center of a family, and everyone asks mom about everything, like this. Mom, I'm hungry. Mom, I'm cold. Mom, where is my bag and my shirt? And so on and so forth. So, where is dad? What about dad? when you look for your dad? Very simple. Where is mom? This is a perfect example showing how much more responsibility are given to women than men and in a family. This also shows that the biggest challenge working mother face is greater burden of raising children and household chores. From the 2013 survey on career interruption, over 50% of women in 30s answered that pregnancy and childbirth and childcare are the biggest reason they quit the job. Also, even if they find work again after a career break, their pay is a lot less than that of women who kept their job. Recognizing these problems, the government has less developing diverse policies to support women to maintain their career while keeping work-life balance. One of the core policies is family-friendly cooperation certification, initiated by Minister of Gender Equality and Family. This system examined 4 areas of company management: flexible work, support for childcare, support for dependents, and support for workers. Work-life balance and family-friendly management will not only bring happiness to employees, but will also deliver sustainable growth to the company itself, ultimately to the whole nation. Okay. Most positive things that happened in Korea. The mindset of cooperation has been changing, and more of them are now practicing family-friendly cooperation. In 2014, the number was up to more than 900 cooperation, and we do anticipate even greater number of the end of this year. Meanwhile, we are trying to provide more practical incentives to cooperation, implementing family-friendly management. According to benefits, tax benefit is very popular. And also lower interest rate is very popular. Have you ever heard about the Family Day? Can you guess when? Every Wednesday is Family Day. Yeah. Every Wednesday is a Family Day, and we encourage employment to get off work on time and have quality time with your family. I'd like to show an example like this. It's a design studio on Amsterdam. The desk in company, as you can see in the picture, hopefully are installed with iron wires. Connected from the ceiling, when the clock reaches 6 o'clock in evening, the desk automatically lifts up to the ceiling, so that workers have no choice but to go home. The management is actively encouraging employees to enjoy their personal life after work. Okay, next question. Have you ever heard about Father's Month? When? Many people say that maybe May, but the Father's Month is month that you hope to have. What's the meaning is encourage more fathers to take advantage of the paternity leave. We launched the Father's Month this year. With the launch of Father's Month, we started to raise the paid leave for the second leave taker, usually the fathers. So they get paid 100% of their normal wage for the first month instead of 40 previously. So it's Father's Month. Okay, but in many cases in Korea, the attitude of moms and dads are clearly different from the first step. Here shows the usual scene at one of the post-pregnancy care center in baby. Look at the babies. babies are well taken care of, okay, and the moms are taking care of their health for faster recovery from the delivery. Now look at the picture. Dad held in the dinner with friends and colleagues to congratulate the birth of his baby. This is quite contrasting response. For the last point of retention, let's look at the child care services in Korea. One of the things we are doing well and I'm proud of is the in-house child care service. In Korean, 아이 돌봄 선생님. For family with infants or working parents with children aged between 3 months to 12 years old, we provide visiting child care service. Over 60,000 families have benefit from this service, and we plan to expand and improve service like this. Okay, let's move to the third focus area. It's a restart. My minister major projects for this is the Re-Employment Support Center. In Korean, 여성 새로 일하기 센터. We have about 140 centers nationwide, and they provide counseling, job connection, and career development education. Especially, we offer company-specific training courses so that the skill set restarting women have much exactly to the position they are seeking. This has been welcomed by many companies as well. One other service I'd like to point out is the flexible part-time system. The most wanted policy of women in their 30s and 40s is quality part-time position, so they can balance work with family life. So we have increased incentives to corporations that create part-time position and set policies so that there is no discrimination between full-time and part-time workers and between permanent and temporary workers. Also, we are expanding flexible hour part-time position in public institutions as well. Okay, final step. The last one of the 4 R's is the representation. As you see in the graph, women still represent a small portion of their organization, even at public institutions. There has been reports that cooperation with 2 or more women in the board are ahead of the sector average financial performance. In public institutions, we have set targets and quotas to have more women in the manager level. For example, we have 40 quotas for government committees. However, some people have said to me, where are those female talents? Even if we have the quotas, it is hard to find those female officials. So our efforts to support this is cultivating female labor force. For the we've created female talent database and establish an academy for promising women. Through the academy, we foster talented women to strengthen their leadership and networking power. By focusing on 4 main areas of women's empowerment, recruit and retention, and restart representation, we gradually increase women's participation in the society. So this is some highlights of women employment policy of Korea. I do hope that I have presented it well enough for you to see our vision to create a gender equality society and through our employment policy. My minister's slogan is, let's go together, and let us go together until we achieve true gender equality society. Let's go together. Thank you.